You see, when I think about the text of Moses, and when I talk about us as believers and how when we are really waiting on his glory, it takes me back. Some of you know that our oldest are a set of twins, and Kamaya's twin sister is Kiana, and Kiana is a cancer survivor, conqueror. Minister Lena has ministered to me on. But when Kiana received her diagnosis, and my husband and I were in our early 20s, we lived 24 hours away from home. We were at our first duty station. And I can remember so clearly this time period because at the time I was a hairdresser, and this particular week was like my highest grossing week, right? And isn't that just how things go? Right in the midst of when everything seems to be going well, something happens. But see, what we're talking about here, when we're talking about giving God glory, we're talking about a place of security with God that we're not shaken when things happen. Because he said he will hide us. He will protect us. So I remember that, we had gone to the doctor, and we were in urgent care, and we had been there all day long. They thought that we were going to have to do emergency surgery on my daughter for her stomach. We'd been there so long, my husband and Kamaya had left to go get a burger. Kiana was finally resting, and I was just waiting, praying. These 3 doctors walked in. They looked like giants to me at the time. And they gave me the news. They was like, ma'am, we're getting ready to have to medevac you guys to another hospital because it looks like your daughter has cancer. Shaken. And shaken isn't really the right word. I would say startled. And I remember I just kept saying to them, run the blood again. Run the blood again. See, when you're in a critical state, less than 50% of my daughter's blood was flowing through her body. Like time was of the essence, right? And when you're in a critical state like that, see, they get to moving whether you're moving or not. Because I was like this. I said, just run the blood again. Why? Because I was expecting God to do something. I said, just run it again. See, that's what we're talking about in here. The presence. You seeking God's glory. You wanting to be in his presence. And you are expecting him to move on your behalf. And see, when we're in this place, like I said, we don't respond like the world responds. So when we can't do anything else, we'll stand, we wait. We wait on God. We wait on him. And I remember a day had gone by. I kept asking them, anything? Not yet. They were still in process of doing whatever they needed to do. They were giving my baby blood and hooking her up in all these medicines and telling us all about the prognosis and just all these things. But finally, peace came on me. And it was in that moment I had to take this walk down this hallway. And right when I went to go take this walk, I said, God, I'm not going to question you. See, God can do whatever he wants. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to trust you. I give you my daughter, and I'm going to trust your decision. And I'm going to do my part. I'm going to watch my words. I'm going to make sure that I watch what I'm saying and I stay in your sight. I'm not talking about a place that's easy. It's my 3-year-old child. She can't fight for herself. Everything about this situation, we are protecting for her. But I'm talking about a place that when you are expecting the glory of God, you're not moving. And so when that peace came on me, just like when he said to Moses, my presence is with you. I want you to take hold of that today. His presence is with you. And you can find rest right there. What you need? Get in his presence, and you can, just like Moses, pull that thing right on into you. We thank you, God. We thank you, God. When we're focused on the glory of God, it shows in our lives. When we adjust our sight on Jesus, we see the protection he gives us. And we're always sitting in expectation of the glory of God because he knows us by name. Kiana's 23 now. Her chances at the time, they said, oh, she got about an average chance of living. See, what I did was I said, God, I thank you. Oh, no, God, I thank you that she will live and not die. See, I watched my words over Kiana, and I watched the words of those around me. We walked that path, but in the midst of it, we continued to make sure that we were just thanking and praising God. See, all things work together for our good, you guys. And so while we're going through something, we don't see it, we don't understand, but God knows the end from the beginning. Our part is to trust him and stay in position.